Now let's name non-metal and non-metal. Now for non-metal and non-metal, we don't actually need the valency. All those tri di is our valency here. See, sulfur is non-metal. See where it belongs. Group 6. Nitrogen is non-metal. Group 5. Remember, group 5, 6, 7 are non-metal. So the one we are naming here are non-metal and non-metal. Now, anytime you say tri, di, so you need to know mono is 1, di is 2, tri is 3, tetra is 4, penta is 5, hexa is 6, hepta is 7, octa is 8, nona is 9, deca is 10. So now in all this our mono die, so you just have to know everything like this. So that means we can't start with mono. I can't say mono nitrogen, but you can end with mono. So if mono means 1, we don't usually write subscript 1. It will remain like that. So now let's apply this in our naming. Now see the first one, sulfur dioxide. So anytime you say di-tri like this, know that it has involved non-metal and non-metal. So if I want to name non-metal and non-metal, I don't need anything here. I only need the di or tri stuff. So now sulfur dioxide. What does this mean? It means 1 sulfur, 2 oxygen, di, that is 2. Sulfur dioxide. We will not say monosulfur. We can't start with mono. Mono means 1, but you can't start with mono. But you can end with mono. So 1 sulfur, 1 oxygen. So sulfur dioxide is simply 1 sulfur, dioxide, 2 oxygen. So that is SO2. You see, this one does not need crisscross. If it is non-metal and non-metal you are naming, so if I see this and I want to name it, I will be sure that okay, sulfur is non-metal, oxygen is also non-metal. So if it is non-metal and non-metal, so I'll just name it like using their subscript. So but I won't say monosulfur, I'll just say sulfur dioxide. So that is it. So now the next one, sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide. So that will be 1 sulfur, 3 oxygen. Tri is 3. So that is SO3. C, dinitrogen pen. It should be pentaoxide like this. But anytime you have A and O together, you don't write AO, you write it as O. So to be pentoxide. But in pronunciation, you can still say pentaoxide. But AO will turn to O. OO also will turn to O. So instead of writing pentaoxide, so I'll write so like this, pentoxide. So A and O will turn to O. So now dinitrogen means what? 2 nitrogen and that is penta, 5 oxygen. So this is dinitrogen pentaoxide. So now if you see any question that is you want to name any binary compound, you have to be sure, is it metal and non-metal, is it transition metal and non-metal, is it non-metal and non-metal. So it's the one that will determine your naming. Now the next one, D, selenium tetrabromide. So selenium, check your periodic table. So is Se. So you will see Se here. So that is selenium Se. So that is the essence of periodic table. The more you use it, you know all the positions they belong and it will stick. So now selenium is Se. Tetrabromide, you know that is bromine. So that means one selenium Se tetrabromide, that means 4 bromine. Remember, we are not doing crisscross here. The ditri is our valency and you just put it there. So this is 1 selenium 4 bromine. So that is selenium tetrabromide. So the next one, E. Nitrogen mono, you know it should be monooxide like this, but OO, just turn it to 1 O. So nitrogen mono, we can end with mono but you can't start with mono. So nitrogen, 1 nitrogen, mono, 1 oxygen, so that is NO. So silicon dioxide, F silicon, Si dioxide, that is O2, SiO2, that is 1 silicon 2 oxygen, that is F. G sulfur hexabromide, 1 sulfur, hexa is 6 hexabromide, so that is this. Then carbon tetrachloride, 1 carbon, 4 chlorine, that is tetrachloride. So if you are naming non-metal and non-metal, we are using di-tri. So now from beginning we started with metal and non-metal. So if you are naming metal and non-metal, you don't need anything, you don't need subscripts, just like aluminum oxide. This is metal, this is non-metal, I don't need any subscripts, I'll just call it straight aluminum oxide. But if it is transition metal, Mn2O3, this is manganese 3 oxide, manganese 3 oxide. Because this is transition metal, we use Roman numeral. But anytime it's now involved di, so say this N2O5, anytime is now non-metal and non-metal, so we are now using this to say dinitrogen pentaoxide. So those are the 3 ways. So the next one we will now do will involve polyatomic ion, just like sulfate, tetraoxosulfate 6, nitrate, triazonitrate 5, as in like that. So that will be the next one in the next video. So I will now give you the list of polyatomic ions, so we'll now use it to name. So that will be the next one now.